What it do, baby? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Y'all know last time I did not click the, or I didn't even have the microphone plugged up. I was doing a little bit of search on class maps and stuff like that because I forgot what that stuff is about. Class maps, policy maps, what else? Today we're doing quality of service, right? And I forgot how to set a class map, so I may need a little bit of help from y'all today. The lab we are doing today is lab number 75, implementing QOS, and I did not do a practice run, so I definitely need a practice, need a little bit of help from y'all and stuff. So we're gonna be doing this together. Y'all know typically I am teaching you guys the stuff that I know, but today, hopefully we got my man Kelvin on the stream today. Shout out to the Fat Finger Squad. Y'all hit me with a bruh if y'all can hear me. Let me bring up, I'm going to be using my labs today. Today we're on my physical hardware. So we got router 1 connected. Is he connected? Yes, he is. We got router 2 connected to the lab. Yes, he is. Let's go ahead and bring him over. Boom. If you guys are using Packet Tracer, I don't believe you can use Packet Tracer with this because this has quality of service stuff, specifically policy maps, and I don't think Packet Tracer supports that. I didn't even bother trying because that is more of a CCNP topic. So, and that's why I'm kind of like confused about why they put this in this lab, in this guide, because this is the version 4 of this book. If this is the first time you guys are tuning in, Kobe Illy says he can hear me loud and clear. Perfect, man. You would think if 58 episodes deep, I would have it down packed by now. But anyways, this is the lab guide we typically use. 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You get a copy of this from 101labs.net, or there should be a link in the description box below. It is an Amazon link. It's an affiliate link, so I do get commission from it. It's authored by this guy named Paul Browning, co-authored by Farai Tafa, and this is the lab guide that we use. And obviously it says right there CCNA, right? This is the version 4 of this book. So being that it's a CCNA book, you would think it would just be CCNA topics, right? Let's see. Let's pull up the exam topics. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll pull up the exam topics and see if quality of service is actually a CCNP topic. We'll get started in just a minute here. So here's the exam topics right here. CCNA version 1, right? We do a Control F to see QOS, OS. And yeah, it is actually. No, this is for wireless QoS profiles. But I'm pretty sure they ask you to at least describe QoS, right? Yeah, there you go. Right there. Explain the forwarding per hop behavior for quality of service, such as classification, marking, queuing, congestion, policing, and shaping. So there is a little bit of quality of service in the exam. So you don't have to, but notice it says here, explain, not configure and verify, right? But we are going to get our hands dirty, so we're going to configure a little bit of quality of service. Not really a quality of service. Well, it is kind of quality of service. So basically, quality of service is a way to filter your traffic, or at least prioritize your traffic in a way, right? So let's say you have a specific application. I don't know, we'll call it the NetworkBruh application that we use for our organization. We want to make sure that the uptime on this application is 99.99%, right? So we need to make sure, and it runs on high bandwidth and stuff like that, right? Or it runs on a bandwidth on a network. It depends on the bandwidth, right? On our internet connectivity, right? But let's say we have some other applications that are using this bandwidth, and maybe our bandwidth is just getting congested, right? Well, in case our bandwidth gets congested, we want to make sure that our NetworkBruh application gets most of the prioritized traffic. Well, with quality of service, we can do that. There's different ways we can do that. We can do queuing. Congestion is a way to, QoS is a way to mitigate congestion, to make sure that this application does not get, its traffic congested and it's getting all of the bandwidth it needs, right? Policing and shaping are other ways we can do that. But this lab that we're going to do doesn't get into all of that. It just has us set up a simple lab here. This is going to be the topology. So if you have GNS3 or EvenG or whatever, go ahead and drag and drop 2 routers to your lab here. I obviously have mine set up. And sorry, Indrid, if you're in the building, you say, yeah, I need some QoS knowledge. I'm a noob on this topic. Hey, I'm a noob too, just like I said in the beginning of this. Not really a noob, but I haven't touched quality of service in a while. If you go on my channel, I think I did a video on quality of service and class maps and policy maps and stuff like that. But that was like 2 years ago. So, and like I know the generic, like the basic, how to explain, like I just did right now, of quality of service and what it's about and stuff like that. But how to set it up, I'm gonna need a little bit of refresher as well. So we're gonna do this together. So again, drag and drop 2 devices just like that. Let me get my marker. That's not what I wanted. I wanted, yeah, that right there, thicker. But that's not what I wanted either. I want a paintbrush. Let's do that. Let's do this guy. This guy right here. How thick is he? That guy right there. So, all right. So, again, this is for quality of service. If you got the book, it is lab number 75, page number 335. After that, I think we may, depending on how long we take this lab, we'll do the next lab too. It's configuring SSH and disabling Telnet. And y'all know why we need to do that, right? Why would we need to do that? There's also performing an iOS upgrade, which I could do that in my sleep because I do that every day at my job. Well, not every day, but that is definitely one task that I do a lot on my job. So he said that's the easy part of QoS. What is the easy part? Let me know. What, explaining the topic? Well, if that's the case, then that's all I know is the easy part. So I'm gonna need a refresher as well. So task 1, we only got, how many tasks today? We only got 6 tasks, and 2 of them are running show commands. No, 1 is running the show command. So task 1 is to configure the host names, which I already got, right? That guy is router 1, and this guy is router 2, right? So I already did the host names for that guy and this guy. Task 2, configure the IP addresses on the GI00 interfaces of router 1 and router 2. So we need to do that interface right there, 10.1, and this is, it says 10.x. Does that mean he needs like DHCP or something? Why does it got a 10.x there? Maybe he's supposed to be 10.2. I don't know. That might be a typo. Let's see. Yeah, he's supposed to be 10.2. I don't know why he did that in the book, because I'm looking at the answers here and they have you Telnet the 10.2. So basically what we're going to do here with this lab is, remember what we said about quality of service, right? We use it to prioritize our traffic, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to create an access control list over here to filter, allow only Telnet traffic to go to that router right over here, right? So we're going to allow only Telnet traffic to go to this router right here, right? But we're only going to allow, again, Telnet, right? So this is kind of like, let's make pretend this is the NetworkBruh application that runs on this server right here. I know it's a router, but we're making pretend it's a server. But we're only allowing just specific type of traffic to come through onto the NetworkBruh application or server, or whatever you want to call it, right? And that's basically what we're simulating here. So let's go ahead and configure that. This is actually supposed to be 10.2, so I don't know why he did that in the book, but he put it 10.x there. Maybe he tried to reuse the addresses or his topology there. So y'all know how to do the interfaces and stuff like that. Your interfaces might be different. Interface 00, FA00, the IP address is 192.168.10.1, subnet mask of /24.0, no shut that bad boy. And then we're gonna go to router 2 and set that interface right here. He's 10.2 again, right? So did he come up yet? I don't see him up. I don't see him up. Show IP interface brief. He is up down. Okay, good. So, and I do have a cable going to that other side, so do show IP interface brief just to see. Do show IP interface brief. He said, I heard many things about you, NetworkBruh. I am learning quality of service topics too. Oh, that's what's up, man. Appreciate that, man. But yeah, quality of service I haven't touched. Like I said, I have a video, I believe, in my channel where I kind of go over quality of service topics and policy maps and what else we got to do on here. I think let me see, a class map and stuff. I haven't touched that stuff in a long time. Like I said, this is why I'm going back to the fundamentals, and this is a CCNA. This is a CCNA book. However, class maps and policy maps is a CCNP topic. So, but then again, this is the version 4 of this book, right? He didn't have this lab in version the prior version of this book. I mean, of this lab right here. So this is show IP interface brief. It's kind of a new topic on here, so we need to do that interface right there, right? So interface FA00. But yeah, I appreciate the kind words, Cisco Ladder. He said, "Can you teach me to type that fast and accurately?" Man, I mean, there's all kind of like free applications that are out there, man. You can just do like, I think they're like fasttyping.com. Let's do that real quick, right? Fast or typing applications. But there's a bunch of free apps, right? They got games and stuff like that. Typing, you can do typing games, right? And then you gotta like the faster you type, right? You gotta make people jump or like, you know, make sure that the balloon don't pop, all kind of stuff, right? So that's how I kind of learned like how to type faster. Yeah, see, there's typing games. Make the cars type fast, and then it makes it really fun. So Keyboard Ninja, you see what I'm saying? So do that, and that gets you to, you know, working your speed and stuff like that. So interface FA00. IP address is, he said, remember, this guy is going to be 10.2, right? So when you guys are configuring interface, that's 10.2. I don't know why he put 10.x in the book. So in case you guys are just following along, this is the book we use. 101 Labs, Cisco CCNA version 4. You get a copy of it from 101labs.net or in a link in the description box below. 192.168.10.2. Subnet mask of /24. No shut that bad boy. And surprisingly, he used a fast Ethernet interface here, not a serial interface. So we got that bad boy coming up, right? That's a good sign. Let's show our work with show IP interface brief. We haven't done shit so far yet. I know. y'all just give me a second here. He said, explaining CCNA QoS topics are the easy part, but just like you, I haven't done dib a dab in this topic in a while. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I haven't, like I said, I haven't done it in a while. Yeah, that is the easy part. How about in a job interview, though? They don't really ask you to configure it. They ask you to explain it. So is that the easy part? Getting through job interviews? I don't know. I don't remember having to explain this topic in a job interview, though. Okay, so where we at here? We got the interface. He's up. We go to router 1, and he should be up as well, right? He was up, down at first. Show IP interface brief, and now he's up. Good to go. All right, what else we need to do? Task 3, connect router 2. Connect to router 2. Here's router 2 right here. And configure an access list named ACL, all caps, underscore Telnet that matches Telnet traffic. So what we're going to do here is match the traffic, right? So we're going to create an ACL over here, just like I mentioned earlier, right? Any traffic that comes through here, we're going to allow only Telnet traffic with this ACL that we're going to create here, right? Now that I kind of know how to do. So if you don't know how, just follow along, I guess, right? So we got to create an access control list. He didn't say whether it needed to be standard or extended. That's a tricky one, right? But if he says to just configure access control list named ACL Telnet that matches Telnet traffic, then because of the fact that we're asking for the type of protocol, that lets us know that it's an extended access control list, right? See, typically in the book, he'll tell you, create a standard list or ACL, or create an extended ACL. Well, because he said create an ACL matching the specific type of traffic, that lets us know it's an extended extended ACL, right? So we're gonna go back to he says yeah. So we're creating the ACL on that guy, this guy right over here, right? Get rid of this. So remember, the traffic is coming through here, right? But we're creating the ACL right here. Right? So we're allowing just that traffic through there, right? So I guess we could do it on router 1, but he asked us to do it on router 2. So we're gonna say access list extended, right? Can you do extended yet? Or you gotta type in the number first. I guess we'll type in the number, right? Question mark through it, and then he asks for the number, right? And because it's the number extended is 100 through 199. We'll do 150. I will do 150. And then no, what you got to do here? See, I got a question mark through it because I can't even remember these stuff, man. We're going to permit specific type of traffic. What are we going to permit? We're going to permit ICMP, right? Notice there's no Telnet here, right? There's no Telnet here. We can't even put the protocol, the port number, right? Pop quiz. What is the port number for Telnet? Anybody know? Any way you can make your CLI window bigger? I'm on my phone. Sure, man. While I do that, can somebody tell me port number for Telnet? Get rid of that guy. Boop. Let me know if that looks better, man. We need to permit. Well, we know, since we don't see Telnet here, we'll go with, I know that Telnet is TCP. It's a TCP protocol. With question mark, and we see, what's the source address? Well, we're going to allow, this is our source, right? This is our source. That is going to be obviously our destination, right? So the source is going to be the host, since we're just going to do one guy. So we're going to do a host. We're going to allow only just this guy. He is 10.1, so 192.168. I know this ACL looks a little bit convoluted there, but that's how access control lists are written in iOS, right? So 10.1. What's the destination after this, right? Yeah, the destination is going to be 10.2. So 192.168.10.2. And Lee McMillan got it correct. TCP, port number 23. That's correct, Lee. 192.168.10.2. Right? What's the next thing we want to do? The destination? No, that is the destination. What am I doing here? Oh, we got to do this, the wildcard mask here. So that's my bad. We did the destination there. Source was 10.1. Destination is 10.2. 192.168.10.2. And after that, he asked for the destination wildcard bits. My bad. Okay, I didn't see that. So the destination wildcard bits is /24, so which is 000.255, right? Y'all remember how to do wildcard bits? It's 255 minus the subnet mask. So it's kind of like the reverse of a subnet mask. Wildcard mask, right? Check. He said, I should have said font bigger, but hey, it's okay. Man, you killing me, man. But all right, let me do that just to appease you, just to keep you around, man. Let's see here. Let's see here. Options. You give me a second here, man. You got killing me, man. He on his phone, but I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the dedication, man. Looking at me, looking at NetworkBruh while he's on the phone, man. I appreciate that. You must be driving or something, but we'll go with that. We'll go with the bold 16. We might have to reconnect though. Let's finish this. ACL before we continue on though. So we got the destination wildcard bits. After that, I believe you got to do the port number, right? We got to match. Yes, there we go. So when we got to match a specific port number, we're gonna say equal. EQ stands for equal, right? So we're gonna do equal. And Lee said that the port number is port number 23, right? So notice we could either type in the word Telnet, whoop, or we can put the port number. I'm gonna go with the word Telnet. So we're now with this long ass ACL. We're saying access control list number 150 is to allow permit. It's going to permit the TCP traffic. Why didn't we say Telnet? Because that's just how they wrote ACLs on iOS, right? Extended ones at least. We're going to allow the host 10.1, who is this guy right here. That's 10.1, right? And to the destination 10.2, wildcard mask of 000.255 equals Telnet. That's who we're going to allow, right? So we press enter. And we show our work. Remember, we always show our work with show commands and stuff like that. So access control list. We have one access control list. There it is right there. Access, that's the sequence number. The access list is number 150. Again, permit TCP traffic. The host 10.1, who is that guy right there. The destination 10. Oh, it says 10.0. So we're allowing the entire traffic. We didn't want to do that. We're doing 10.0. We wanted just that destination, 10.2. So we may need to fix that, or we could allow it. Either way, however you guys want to do it. I'm just going to allow it because I don't feel like fixing that long-ass ACL. So there's no... y'all get what I'm saying here? Like, we're allowing the destination, the entire 10.0 subnet, instead of just the 10.2. Because remember, this guy was 10.2. Right? So, you know what? I'm going to keep it. I'm going to go ahead and keep it because I don't feel like fixing that long-ass ACL. Plus, we need to fix the... oops. we need to fix the font for my man Cisco Ladder over there. And Joseph, you on the phone too? What the hell? You guys are either dedicated, he said, but you don't want to know the location. This guy, you killing me, man. Y'all watching me. Y'all some dedicated viewers, though, man. If y'all watching me on the phone, man, I appreciate that, man. Now, I'm going to go ahead and fix the font just for y'all. Let's see here. Okay, so we did that guy right there. Let's go ahead and disconnect. Boop. Reconnect. Isn't that how you do it? Show access control list. That's not how you do it. Come on, man. Font. The session. Block. The font was bigger. Let's see here. 16. I did fix that, man. What's going on here? Appearance, window. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on here. Did I fix that guy right there? I don't think I fixed him yet. Y'all give me a second here so I can help out Cisco Ladder and my man Joseph B over there watching me on the phone. Y'all killing me, man, but it's all good though. Let's see. Anybody familiar with Cisco? There we go, right there. What is going on here? Why router 2 won't do it though? Boop. Let me fix router 2 over there. There you go. They just decided to wake up there, I guess. All right, so yeah, this access control list is not very accurate. We're allowing the entire 10.0 subnet. So let me go ahead and redo that. Just to be, y'all know I like to follow this book to a T. So we're gonna say no access list 150. We're removing that guy. We're gonna create another one. Access list 150. Oops, we got to do that over again, right? Access list 150. We're gonna permit the traffic from ICMP traffic. Source destination is host is going to be 192.168.10.1. To the single destination host. See how I did it this time? We're allowing one host to this one destination. Remember, he is 10.2 if you guys are following along, right? So we're allowing one host 10.1 to the host 10.2. So that's why I wrote it differently. And then we're going to show, and this is why we check our work. You see, I wouldn't have caught that if I didn't do that show command. 10.2, right? And we're saying the traffic, what we said? We said, what was the next thing we got to do here? Permit ICMP host 10.2. We wanted to do, oh, we didn't do the destination. Wildcard mask. Destination address was single destination. So 192.168.10.1, 10.2 rather, and then destination wildcard bits. That's what it was. So I was missing that guy. So 000 dot the exact address. So we need to put all zeros this time. That's gonna match the exact address. Y'all with me? Remember last time I did 000-255, and Kelvin caught that last time. So please, can I get a valid Discord invite? Yeah, for sure, Samson. I will give you the Discord invite in case you guys are just following along. This is the Discord server. Next time you guys want to follow along, or just follow me after the streams. Does that look better, guys? Phones are computers too. Yeah, they are, right? All right, so cool. So that's we're allowing that exact host right there. We're saying what we wanted to do here. Now we wanted to equal the we wanted to match that exact, we wanted Telnet traffic. What the hell is going on here, man? Permit ICMP. We're missing something here, y'all. Maybe we can't do hosts and then do that. That's interesting. That's interesting. We haven't even got to the QOS part. We're working with ACLs. Let's do this. Let's do this over. ICMP. We're saying the source address is 192.168.10.1. Destination, the source wildcard bits is exactly that address, right? Destination 192.168.10.2. Destination wildcard is exactly all zeros. And then why can't I do my Telnet traffic? Oh, you know why? Because I'm doing ICMP. That needed to be TCP. Y'all see what I did there? So let's fix that. Let's fix that. That need to be TCP. That's why I'm not matching any other traffic. Watch, TCP, TCP. We go over here, and the next thing we're gonna ask for is, there we go, equals Telnet traffic. So be careful with that. Now let's show our work. Show access list, all of them. So now we're permitting traffic from this 10.1 to the host 10.2, only Telnet traffic. So we finally created a more accurate access control list. The first one we created would have worked, but we're just allowing, it was just like we're allowing traffic to the whole subnet, if that makes any sense. Right? Does that make any sense? Anybody got any questions or anything? Yeah, and Joseph got it correct. He said, yes, I needed TCP. So, and exactly, Joseph. So that was the reason why I couldn't, I don't know if there was a lag there, or if you pointed that out before I corrected myself. But yeah, this is exactly why we want to run show commands while we're working here. So, whew. Oh, we needed to name the traffic too. You're killing me. Let's get rid of that. Y'all know I like to follow things to a T, so let's do that. Configure terminal. I'm gonna get rid of that, but we're gonna copy and paste it, so don't worry about it, y'all. No access list 150, and then create that access list, and don't name it 150. He said it was ACL underscore telnet. Oh, you can't name it that way. Come on, man. All right, here's what we're gonna do. This is the entire ACL. So don't worry, don't worry. We're gonna get this going here. Access list, and how you name it? Can't you name access control lists? Extended ones, 150, right? And then you said access list named. Why can't you name? Actually, I can't even remember. You know what? I'm just gonna leave him as is, man. I'm gonna leave him as is. Anybody remember why can't I name this guy? Because I don't want to do a remark. That's just a remark. How do you name that guy? A named access control list. I mean, either way it'll work. This will work right here. What was that one? This traffic right here. Access control list 150. That guy. No, not that guy. That guy. TCP 10.2 equals telnet. But we named it 150. We gave it 150. It was supposed to be named. He said, do you need to put the keyword name in it? You're saying, hold on. Access list and then name? You would have think it would have said word and then you name it, right? Show access list. Let's see here. Did I remove him? Let's go back to config mode. Let's do this. It was this guy right there. Okay, so it was access list 150 and then permit and then the rest of it, but I don't want to do all of that. So access list 150 permit. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember why I can't name it. I don't know if it's because of the version of iOS I got or what. We're troubleshooting, right? He said no. At least says it's access IP access list. There you go. That's what it was. Shout out to Lee for that. I didn't see your comment there. So let's get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one. We're still on the access list, man. Jesus Christ, and we're supposed to be doing QOS today. So all right. So global config mode is IP access list. That's what it was. Extended. We're gonna give it the name. That's what it was. Access ACL. See, now I'm gonna remember. See, just like little things like this. Now I'm gonna remember how to create the named one. You gotta put the keyword IP and then access list. But if you're gonna do number, then you can leave the IP out of it. So y'all pay attention to what Lee just said right there. Y'all see how I got stuck trying to figure out how to name an access control list? You gotta put the keyword IP in front of it, like this. and then you can name it. But if you just put access list and then you try to work with it that way, it's just going to be a numbered one. So we're naming it access ACL underscore telnet is what it was, right? And then from here, oops, from there we can create that list, which was this right here, which I had saved. Where'd I have it saved? So I'm gonna copy and paste it. That way I ain't gotta type it in that long ass ACL, right? Which was all the way up here. Where was he? We did a show command to pull him up. Where was he at? This guy right here, right? So that way I ain't gotta type all of that. Unless y'all want me to explain that ACL again, but we 30 minutes into the damn stream. There we go. Now I named it. So now we show access list. Shout out to Lee McMillan for that one, because I forgot how to name access control list. There we go. So now we get the access control list named ACL underscore telnet, and here's the actions for it. Sequence number 10, we're permitting TCP type of traffic. What type of TCP traffic? It's telnet. We're allowing the host 10.1, who is this guy right here, to the host 10.2, who is this guy right here. I know it says X there, but the book is really 10.2, equals telnet traffic. That's what that is right there. So I gotta remember that. To get to name your access control list, you gotta put the keyword IP before it. Shout out to Lee for that one. Alright, so finally he looks at the chat. Man, listen, I'm sitting here trying to troubleshoot. It's hard to try to teach and try to learn at the same time while looking at the chat room over there, man. But appreciate that, Joseph and Lee. I'm sorry, Lee, man. I was ignoring you over there, man. This dude was telling me how to do it. I need to pay attention to you guys, man. I'm sorry about that, man. So, okay, we created that access control list, and we did it on the right router. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're 30 minutes into the damn stream, and we're just getting through access control list. All right, so that was task number 3. Connect to router 2 to configure an ACL named ACL telnet that matches the telnet traffic. All right, so we did that. Good. Task 4. Jesus, and there's only 6 tasks here. Router 2. Let's see. Riddle me this, all right? Router 2, configure a class map where quality of service action is configured and ACL from task 3 is matched. I think I remember how to do this. I can't remember though, because class maps is something I have. Like I said, you can go on my channel. I did a video on class maps and policy maps about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. So he said you can use the IP access list. Okay, good, Samson. That's what I ended up doing, but it took me a million tries to figure that out, plus my man Lee McMillan in the chat room to even tell me that. But let's see here. Let me see. I'm missing all of this that y'all are saying, man. Change the IP, the TCP to do telnet, man. Appreciate that, Digital Key. Digital Key said it too, man. Lee McMillan said it. Jesus, man. I'm sorry. No, don't. Leave it as is. Look at the chat, fam. We're a team. Yeah, exactly, man. So I appreciate you guys' help, man. Digitally, I hope you're still around, man. This dude was like, hey, this dude don't even know how to do access control list. Unsubscribe. But anyways, so that was router, or task 3. Task 4 was to configure that class map. So we got to go to router 2, obviously. We're going to configure a class map. Now, class maps, is it just the keyword class map? I can't even remember. Yes, it is. Look how intuitive that is. Class map. He says to configure a class map where quality of service action is configured and ACL from task 3 is matched. Now, if I remember correctly, class maps has it's kind of like programming where you have an if and then statement, right? So you saying if this, then do that. Unless that's policy maps. I can't remember. So I'm gonna question mark through it, and this is why. Did he say to name the class map? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. But anyways, says here, match all. Or type of class map. Let's see here. They didn't say to name it, but they said to match the traffic from task 3, which was an ACL. So I think what we're gonna do here is a type. Let's see. And this is why I like yes, you see there? Access control. So we're going to match the traffic that comes through here. So any kind of telnet traffic that comes through here, go ahead and allow it through this interface. That's what we're going to do here, right? So yeah, obviously it's access control. Class map, access control, right? And I guess, again, this is probably why they got rid of SIMs, because you could just question mark your way through it and just kind of like, process of elimination to figure out how to configure something. But I'm still a fan of SIMs in the labs. At least have a couple of them. But they got rid of the SIMs now. the exams, they got rid of the sims. So it's just multiple choice, match, drag and drop, etc. Right? So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna say match all or match any traffic. Let's we're gonna say match all traffic under this class map. We can say any or all. So let's say all. Right? Match all. What's the next thing gonna do? Class map name. They keep asking us to name the damn shit, but no, I don't want to name it. Let's see. I guess we can name it. Let's name it. What happened there? Let's see here. Yeah, we got to name it. Let's see what the book did, because I'm kind of stuck here because I can't remember how to do class maps. Yes, what they did was they just did match. They named it, and then access group is what they did. So in case you are following along and you don't have this book, they do have a solution guide right after the lab. So, and I can't remember how to do class maps and policy maps and stuff like that. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go, shit, I can barely do access controllers, let alone a policy map. But let's see here. That's what they did. They did class map, and then they just named it. And then once you're in that mode, you match the traffic from the access control list. So this is what they did. They did class map just like this, right? And then they just named it. So we're just gonna say match underscore. We're gonna say match traffic, right? Match telnet rather, right? We do that. We're gonna be in class map configuration mode. See that CMap config mode? Sound like a rapper name or some shit. And then once you're here, you're gonna say question mark. We can see right here. We're gonna say match. All right, can we do that? Match. And then from here, access group. Now, that is not really intuitive, right? Access group is what we need to do to match traffic from that access control list that we just fumbled our way through up here. So you would think it would have said access list, right? No, it's access group. So match access group. What's the number? There wasn't no number. We named it. What did we name it? We named it ACL Telnet, right? I know, access group, yeah. And that's another thing too. I think access control list is not what they call it for IPv6. I think that's how they call their traffic, ACLs. But anyways, ACL Telnet, and that's pretty much it, I believe, right? That's all you can do? Max. Oh, name, you got to put the name, and then you put the name. See there? Jesus. So you put the keyword name, and then the name. Now we're going to match that traffic, right? So from here, we do show, what is it? Policy map? Can't even remember. No. So anyways, we created the policy map that is going to match that traffic that's going to come through this right here, right? That interface right there. Now what we got to do is apply it, just like we do with ACLs, right? But we're matching a policy map, not a ACL with that. So, and that's what task 5 is. Next, create a policy map to match the class map created from task 4 and apply it under the interface. Use the following command to verify the policy map applied to the interface. And I think what you got to do, that I can't remember either. Let's go to global config mode, terminal, and now I know this is a quality of service lab, but they don't, obviously we don't have any specific application that we're trying to match their traffic, so that's why they use Telnet, because we know Telnet is going to be on our routers, and we can filter that kind of traffic, and that's what we're doing with this here. So we go to the interface, which in this case was FA00. That interface right there is where we're going to apply it. Let me get rid of my 3rd grade handwriting here. Interface GI0, no, FA00. He said here, well, to be fair, Cisco, put the question mark in there for a reason. Nobody can remember anything. That is so correct, Cisco Ladder. And I appreciate you for putting that comment in there. But yeah, anyways, never done class map anything, so I don't blame you. LOL rapper name. Yeah, I know. She's crazy. But yeah, I think I did a video on class map and policy maps, but it was like 2 years ago when I was taking the route exam. And that's the thing about these, like, not even say rarely used features, but when it's stuff that you don't do on a daily basis, like at work, I don't do this on a daily basis. Like, matter of fact, I only started working here like 6 months ago. I have never had to done a class map. I can probably log into these routers and see the configuration and stuff like that. But it's almost like set it and forget it. So I don't really need to do that every day on a daily basis. Plus, there's a senior engineer that handles most of that stuff. Now the next lab, well, 2 labs later after this, we're gonna be performing an iOS upgrade. That I do almost on a weekly basis. So that is something I could probably do without the book, but obviously I'm gonna use the book. But anyways, so we're gonna apply the policy map to this interface right here. Which, by the way, there is a micro nugget on YouTube where Jeremy Chiara talks about policy maps. It's only 5 minutes, so in case this was a little too much for y'all or whatever, he does a quick lab on policy maps. So you'll see that on there if you want to do a search on YouTube. So anyways, create the policy map. So we go on here, and I think, is it policy map? Do you type in policy? No. Do you do class? Class? Nope. What can we do here? So we'll use Cisco Ladder's tip there to just question mark our way through the damn shit. But there's so many commands here. So let's see which one will give us the way to match the class map that we created earlier, or the policy map, or the class map. Is it just map? It ain't just map, right? Nope, it's not. Anybody remember? If not, don't worry. We got the solution guide. No one does class maps. You good, bro? Man, listen. I think they do. It's just that I don't know. This is just something. This is not something I do on a daily basis, and I know that for a fact this is on a CCNP exam, because I remember going through them and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, this shit hard as hell, man. But I might have had like maybe 2 questions on policy maps on when I took the route exam, which was last year. So plus I failed the route exam like two times before I passed that mug. So all good though. Let's see. Let's go to the lab guide and see what they said how to do it. You just do policy map. No. Service policy. Man, who the hell would have remembered that? This right here is what we needed, which I guess does make sense because you're configuring quality of service policy right there with that. So it's service policy. You would have thought they would have came with a more, intuitive name than just service policy, but I guess that's what it is. So you do service policy, and then what? Input or output of an interface, or the type. I guess it's type, because I'm not going to look at the book just yet. Access control, which obviously we created an access control list. Is it input or output? Well, obviously it's coming into this traffic, so it's basically ingress traffic, right? So I think we got to put the keyword input, and then the policy map name, which we created it to be. What was the name of the policy map? Access group name. No, that was the access list. We named it. What did we name it? Match Telnet is what we named it. So y'all see what we did here? We created the class map, and then we're applying it to this interface right here. And that's what we're doing here. But we created the access control list. Then we created the class map to match that access control list. So input the name of it, which was that question mark, and that's pretty much it. Nope. Policy map, match Telnet, not configured. I thought we did that. See? I don't think we're going to do the next lab here, y'all. And I might definitely have to practice after the stream. Because, yeah, policy maps and class maps. Oh, geez, these things be confusing me, man. Let's see here. Yeah, he said no one. You good? All right, yeah, so policy map, match Telnet, not configured. We did that, didn't we? Let's see what the book say. Thank God for this book, right? He did. They just did service policy and then input. So we ain't got to match all that ACL and all that. So let's do this. It's just service policy and then input for the ingress traffic, right? And then the name of it, which was match Telnet. Nope, still don't work. So what are we missing? You got to create the match. We create the class map and then a policy map. Jeez. So they work with each other. First, you create the ACL is what we did. So this is as a recap. Create the ACL, then the class map, and then you have to create the policy map. So we did the class map. Now we got to do the policy map. That's what I got to remember, because I remember this now. I'm starting to click. A long time ago, though. This was like 2 years ago. See, the C map, right? We did the class map. Now we got to create the policy map. That's why we keep getting this error right here. Policy map not configured. So let's get out of this. To create the policy map, is this policy map like that. And then the name of it, so I guess we'll call it Match Telnet also. Let me see what they did here. Yeah. See? Jesus. Classify Telnet and then Match Telnet. Oh. See, I'm gonna definitely need practice with this. So whenever you guys are done with this lab here, practice. Now I know this is not really, this is more of a CCNP topic, but when we're creating policy maps, you got to create an ACL, then the class map, then the policy map. So I'm gonna remember that. I remember ACL, which I remember because we fumbled through that, right? And then we create the C map, then the P map, which is gonna be in here. The P map, which we're gonna create here. Well, let's call it. In the book, it's the other way around. So let's say QOS Telnet, QOS underscore Telnet. So now we're configuring the P map. So first you got to create the C map. This is the alphabetical order, right? The ACL, the C map, the P map, and then apply it to the interface. So what are we going to do with this, the P map, policy map? We're not going to create a description just yet, but we're going to do class. That sounds about right. Class. And yes, the book does have the solution, but I'm just kind of go through it here. The class map name, which the C map was named Match Telnet. That makes sense now. Telnet. And that's pretty much it, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I think we should be able to class Match Telnet. Let's see what he did after that. Then you get out of this. That's crazy. Oh, that's confusing as hell, man. I don't know if you guys are lost like I am, but I am lost, man. So after this, you go to the interface and then apply it. So interface FA00, and then apply the policy map. So again, the ACL, the class map, the policy map. Then you go to the interface and apply the policy map, I guess, right? Service policy, which was what we tried to do before. Input. And then the policy map name. Alphabetical order. Again, ACL, class map, policy map. And then in this case, the policy map's name was QOS Telnet. That was the policy map name. He said, bruh, in case no one has told you, community, appreciate you taking your time every week to go over these labs. Man, I appreciate you telling me that too, Johnny. These IP phone guys must love QOS bullshit, because I am sure this is their environment. I'm telling you. Yeah, this is really confusing to me, man. Maybe we should have had our guy Patrick Kinane, who specializes in quality of service and collab and stuff like that. But yeah, phone, yeah, like I thought I wanted to get into like collaboration and stuff like that, but man, geez, this is confusing, man. So that is the quality of service policy map they created. Now we're not getting that error, so it seems about right about now. Let's show that policy map, right? Policy map. Was it policy map? That's what I thought I said. And that's it right there. Policy map, quality of service, and the class is Match Telnet. So again, the ACL, the class map, the policy map, and you apply it to the interface. I gotta try to remember that. I'm saying that a million times so I can remember it. And hopefully that gets on you guys' nerves and y'all remember it too. Wait, I'm starting to like it now. Really? I'm getting gray hairs just trying to go through this lab, man. Oh yeah, and that's what he did there. Show poly. So task 5 was to Next, create a policy map and match the class map created in task 4 and apply it under the interface. Under the following command to verify the policy map applied to the interface. Whew! I'm definitely gonna have to practice this tonight. So the command that they did was to show policy map, show, which we just did, and then the interface. So show policy map, and then the interface, which is FA00. And that is the class map under the policy map. So again, the ACL, the class map, and then the policy map. I gotta try to remember that. This is the ACL we created. Notice there is no traffic and nothing that matched any of that traffic yet, right? That's because we have to generate Telnet traffic for it to be like, hey, look, we just got some ACL traffic, or we got some traffic that matches our ACL and policy map, right? So let's go ahead and go to router 1, Telnet to that guy. Oh, did we allow Telnet though? That's the question. I don't think we allowed Telnet. Show line. No, show run and then section line. I don't think we allowed any Telnet. We did. Transport input all login. So it should at least be able to reach it. So let's do this. Can he ping? I'm sure you can ping him. 192.168.168.10. I'm definitely gonna have to practice this. I don't know about you guys. So we got to reply. Pray to the Telnet, the network gods. Let's see if we got any traffic yet. Probably not. No, but we did match 9 packets. See, remember we had no packets there. So we matched any traffic. That's probably what happened there. But we didn't match any Telnet traffic yet. Why? Because we sent only pings across. So that's why there was 9 packets. So let's go ahead and see if we can send some Telnet traffic and see if that increments that counter right there. So we're gonna go back to router 1 and try to Telnet to this guy right over here, right? So yeah, after this, if you guys have time, go ahead and practice this stuff, right? ACL, then you create the class map, then the policy map, then apply the interface. ACL, the class map, the policy map, and then you apply the interface. I gotta try to remember that. And it is kind of, yeah, I guess it is in alphabetical order. A for ACL, C for class map, P for policy map, and then apply it to the interface. So I'm gonna try to remember it that way, because damn, that shit confused the hell out of me. Telnet to 192 Fat Finger Squad 168.10.2. Password required, but none set. Who cares? But we definitely got some Telnet across, traffic across. We'll verify that with the show policy map command, and there we go. We sent 10 packets. Know why? Right? Because we sent. It's like sending a ping, right? No, it went back and forth basically. 1, 2. It asked for the password. 3. Try it again. Well, it didn't really try again. We have this disconnect and stuff like that. So we could do a debug if you want to see why it came up to 10 packets, even though we only tried one time, right? Because remember, it went from 0. We tried to Telnet to it once, and it sent 10 packets across. So we'll try it again. Watch. I'm gonna try to Telnet to it again. Boom. Password required, but none set. And then it disconnected. We show policy map again. Now we got 20 packets. So it sent 10 packets across, and or maybe it sent 5 and then 5 back. I don't know. We could do a debug to really drill into that, but that'd be a little too much. So, he said 1, class map, 2, policy map, 3, service policy. Okay. Cause did we do service policy? Okay. I guess we did do service policy, didn't we? That's what I need to remember. I need to remember that. Jesus. Let me see what he did. Is the class map, then the policy map, and then the service policy. Yes, you're right. Cisco ladder. Now the thing to remember is quality of service is per hop. Yes, which is what they covered or what they asked for in the exam. So every router in the path needs to have the same quality of service configuration. It has to be end to end. Debug. Yes, I see what you're saying, and that's what they want us to cover. So I guess most likely, yeah, it is a CCNP topic, because just like you said right there, it is per hop behavior. So just like you said right there, man. Good point, Cisco ladder. Joseph, I don't think I'll do a debug. My brain is like, is just going and is haywire right now. We're 1 hour into the stream, which is typically what I try to do. I don't like to hold y'all too long. The next lab, though, is a pretty easy lab. Should be easy, at least easy enough for me, which is configuring SSH, access and disable. Do y'all want to do that one? Do y'all want to do that lab? SSH, lab number 76? I think I should be able to do that one. I should be able to do that one. Matter of fact, we might be able to even do it with Packet Tracer. And then they want us to disable HTTP traffic. For the PC, if you're using Packet Tracer. Y'all let me know if y'all want to do another lab. But yeah, man, my brain is going haywire. I'm sorry, Joseph, man. I'll do a debug where we'll do a. I definitely need to practice like policy maps and stuff like that, man. Wait till we get to the CCNP version of this book. If this is the first time you guys are following along, this is the lab guide that we're using. 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You can get a copy of this from 101labs.net. It's authored by Paul Browning and co-authored by this guy named Farad Tafa, who is a double CCIE. Experts agree that we retain only 10% of what we read, but 90% of what we do. I'm probably going to remember 5% of this shit. But it's all good, though. I definitely need to practice. And let's take note of what Cisco Ladder said. He said, first you got to create the class map, then the policy map, and then the service policy. After that, you apply it to the interface. So Cisco Ladder, man, let us know what you do. Do you do collab? You specialize in that? I see your tag name or your username is Cisco Ladder and stuff like that, man. Let us know what you do and stuff like that, man. You really helped us out in this lab and stuff like that. If you guys are following along, also, if you guys want to do some more or talk a little bit more about this, join the Discord server. If you have any more tips or anything like that, I'm glad you sacrificed your headache for us. Man, tell me about it, man. You got to understand, man, I appreciate you for at least noticing this, right? Because I could have sit here and tried to figure this out by myself, but you guys are helping me out like that. I'm kind of stumbling, and I'm showing the world how I'm stumbling here, right? But we're all learning here, because next time you guys are, like, trying to work on this, you're going to remember what Cisco Ladder said. Well, first of all, we're going to remember that if we want to create a named ACL, right, you got to put the keyword IP in front of access list, right? If you want to do numbered one, you could just do ACL and then put the number and then go on from the, creating the access control list. But I need to remember, if I want to name the ACL, I got to put the keyword IP and then access control list or access list and then go on with the access control list. And after that, I got to remember if I want to create an access or a policy map, you got to create the class map, match that traffic, and then the policy map, and then the service policy. Is that what you said? Yes. 1 class map, 2 policy map, 3 service policy, which is it's kind of in alphabetical order there. So, nope, just a lowly studying for CCNA. Hey, it's all good though, man. You definitely helped us out and stuff like that, man. Try to think if I want to go on with this next lab here, man. It's lab number 76 for this guide here. Page number 339. Attach a PC. Configure a username. Disable Telnet. Yeah, because I want to get through this book, man. I want to get through this book, y'all. And then what did he do? And then he disabled Telnet traffic or HTTP traffic. Yeah. He said it's identify, action, and then apply. Okay. He said don't worry about it. Chris Bryant has a good class map policy video. Okay, is it in the what is it called? The CCNA Bulldogs or something like that? Or is it on the I forgot what it was called. But yeah, Chris Bryant is another good instructor. My favorite is I like Kevin Wallace. He explains things in a he uses a lot of analogies, and he explains things in a kind of an elementary way. So I like Kevin Wallace. He's my favorite. I just take good notes. That's what's up, Cisco. I need to definitely take notes instead of trying to freestyle my way through this, man. I definitely need to go back and review class maps and policy maps and stuff like that. You know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the next lab. I'm feeling good about it, but I definitely need practice with that other lab. Lab number 76: configure SSH traffic and disable Telnet traffic. I'm gonna use packet tracer for this one because they want us to use a PC and stuff like that, and y'all won't be able to see my PC. I do have like a mini PC that I can connect to my real routers and stuff like that, and y'all can see all of that. So I guess I could power those bad boys off. But no, I'm gonna leave them on because I think I'm gonna practice Telnet. I mean, class maps and policy maps and stuff like that tonight. So let's go ahead and do that. It's lab number 76 in the book. So we'll give it a couple minutes. Give y'all a little break. Let the gray hairs ease into your scalps over there, and launch up packet tracer. If you guys want to stay tuned in, that's cool. What we got on the what's new news today? I don't know if you guys are into like celebrity. I tried to stay away from it, but this just popped up in my I think it was YouTube. Some dude that Drake just messed up a happy home, man. So I'm launching a packet tracer right here. He flew this girl out who he flew her out. She was apparently an up and coming artist, right? And she's like, I guess she's like, she kind of denied it at first. Was just like, because he was gonna sign her to the record label to work on the album that he working on. What's it called? Certified Lover Boy or whatever. And then so just drag and drop one router and one PC, y'all. I'm drag and dropping the 4321 and a PC, right? And y'all let me know if the font, you won't be able to see it. Which lab are we doing next again? We're doing configuring SSH access and disabling Telnet traffic. If y'all know anything about SSH, right? SSH is a protocol that allows us to remote into our devices with encryption and stuff like that. So it's very secure, as opposed to Telnet. Telnet, like, you can remote into your network devices. However, it is not very secure, and it's done through, all of your traffic is going to be sent through with clear text. So if anybody's hacking into your traffic or into your network, they can see the passwords and stuff like that. When we're going to be telnetting into this guy right here, right? If somebody has some kind of packet, sniffer or whatever, or some kind of protocol analyzer, they could see the usernames and passwords and stuff like that. And Telnet is easily hackable or whatever. If that's even a word, hackable. And let me zoom in for y'all, since I know y'all using y'all phones and shit over there. But Telnet again is clear text, and SSH is, this is the 10.110 network. So I'll put that little I'll put a note there just in case you guys are following along. Where is it? Where's the notes? Right here. This is the 10.1.1.x. Now this is .x for sure. So 10.1.1.x, right? He said that's not Drake's fault. It's the chick's fault for accepting the trip. Man, listen, man, you right about that. But yeah, so he flew the girl out, and the girl was like, nah, the boyfriend wasn't. I guess the boyfriend wasn't cool with it. So Drake was like, okay, cool. Y'all both can come out. So he flew them both out. She started recording records on doing vocals on the album, whatever. And I guess he must have smashed, man. Shit's crazy, man. Drake is a slime ball for that, man. Straight sleazeball, man. I guess the dude was in a relationship with her for like 8 years or something like that, man. This is just like made for TV. Man, I know the next album gonna be fire, man. If he got he doing shit like that, man. Man, Drake is killing me, man. But yeah, that is what's on the celebrity world right now. I think the Twitter world is going crazy about that story right there. That shit crazy. So anyways, we have the but yeah, you're right. It takes two to tango. He said I was a network analyst for 6 years. Different companies have different ideas of what a network analyst is. Yes, you're right. Mine was higher level management position, but I hear what you're saying. Yes, exactly. You see, I missed to say a lie. This network analyst job is holding me back from advancing on my path to network engineering. I have to make a decision about what I'm going to do or how to stay on path. Man, listen, just to keep applying, you know, keep studying and stuff like that. I worked in a NOC for a long time. I finally got a network analyst job, and as the analyst, we were configuring rack and stacking equipment and stuff like that. But all of the configuration that we did, we were pretty much getting the configurations from the engineers. But all we had to do was just kind of like change the host names, change the IP addressing, and maybe some of the interfaces that uplink to the core switches and stuff like that. But you know, we wasn't really designing the network or anything like that. So we were analysts, but we weren't engineers and stuff like that. And I finally, became a network engineer and stuff like that. But it took me. I started working in NOC in 2017. What are we, 2021 now? So I finally got it as in 2020, became a network engineer. But yeah, just keep grinding, man. Keep working on your certs and stuff like that. But yeah, you're right. Drake, man, that dude, man. So I'm gonna zoom in for y'all because I know some of y'all are on your phone over there. Let's get to working here. Task 1 was attach the PC to the router, which we did, using a switch or crossover cable, which we did. Add the IP addressing settings above to the devices, which they only had that. So I guess he's going to be 10.2 and he's 10.1, or is he .1 and .2? Yeah, I guess the router is going to be 10.1 and he's going to be .2. So let's do that. We're going to go to that interface right there. Yeah, man, shit, crazy, man. I don't know what I would do if man, that's it, man. I can't believe that, man. I try to stay away from like little gossip shit like that, but that just shows you how, man. But yeah, I am not gonna be. Let me not put my opinion on this situation there, but the world is crazy, man. That's all I got to say. So no shut that interface. We're gonna give him the IP address of 192.168.10.1. No, my bad. I'm always using that. 10.1.1.1. Fat Finger Squad in the building. He is in the /24 subnet. Show our work, show IP interface brief. He's actually supposed to be router 1, so let's fix that too. That is why we always run our show commands. Hostname R1. What else they wanted? Configure a username and password on your router. Disable Telnet access on the VTY lines and enable SSH access. That's a lot to digest there. They put all them tasks in one task there. So let's break this down one by one. Configure a username and password on your router. Let's do that. That's easy, right? Go to global config mode. Username is the keyword. And then the username. Let's put NetworkBruh. NetworkBruh. Let's call it 1 since there might be some people biting me over there. Password is going to be, let's call the password, let's leave it after my man Samson over there. Samson1. Samson1 is my password, right? I hope that's not your real password over there, Samson. So that's the username, right? So we got the username, password. Disable Telnet access on the VTY lines. So we need to go to the VTY lines, right? Remember why we got to disable Telnet? Because Telnet is not very secure. So we're going to disable it, right? We're going to go to VTY lines, line VTY 0 through 15 rather. And right now, let's take a look at what we got here. So run, and because you can't filter, we're not allowing anything here. So since they want us to disable Telnet access on the VTY lines and enable SSH access, well, guess what? To enable all of it, we'd say transport input all, just like we did on the real router over here, right? I'll show y'all. Show, run, section line, line. This right here is allowing all of our SSH and Telnet traffic. If we want to do just SSH, you do transport input SSH or transport input Telnet. So guess what? If we want to filter, just remove the Telnet traffic and just allow SSH, then we're just going to allow just SSH that way, right? Say that 3 times. So we say transport input, right? Question mark, and you'll see right there, all, none, SSH, or just Telnet. So we'll just do SSH, right? That's how we disable Telnet and allow SSH. What else they said? on all the VT wirelines. So that was task 2. Create a username password and disable Telnet and enable SSH. Task 3, configure the router to use SSH with the settings below. Y'all with me so far? Anybody got questions? Samson said, although it doesn't really matter what cable is being used when connecting modern network nodes, so I guess this is a crossover cable. Let me op. I don't know. But yes, you're right. What happened here was I believe I used the auto part. I don't remember if I used auto or a straight through. But yes, you could have used the crossover, which is this guy right here. Yeah, that's the crossover cable. I used the straight through, and in the book he said to use the crossover. So yeah, you're right. Good point. But just like Cisco Ladder said, MDIX. So it don't matter whether I use a crossover or straight through there. So that's why it don't matter. For 20 years, the simple way to remember, it's like devices crossover and unlike devices straight through. Very good point, Cisco Ladder. But yes, very, very good point. But yeah, I think I'm using the straight through here. But like he said, because of auto MDIX, it don't matter what kind of cable you use there. Which is funny enough, man. I remember when I was studying this stuff, I had to remember like devices are using crossover cables. If they're not like devices, then you got to use straight through. So if you're using PC to a router, and then I found out about auto MDIX. I was like, what the hell? They made us study all this shit, and you could like this is automatic. You ain't got to worry about all that. Ugh, killing me. So, anyways, I hope this font is big enough for you guys on on your phone over there, right? I hope this is good enough, big enough for you guys. If not, let me make it bigger for y'all. Appreciate you for sticking around, Cisco Ladder, because you are a lot of help, man. Preferences. Font. Let's put him at 19. Apply. That was the CLI, right? Apply. Okay, so he's a little bit bigger there. I hope you guys can see that better. So, where we at here? The router to use these following SSH settings. The domain name. There's a typo in here, Paul Browning. It says domain name. Domain name, howtonetwork.com. 1024 modulus, which is basically like the encryption key that you're going to create. The timeout for SSH is 60 seconds. Authentication Retries 2 and SSH version 2. That is the most secure version of SSH. So, let's do this one by one. Go to global config mode. And he said the domain name is howtonetwork.com. How do we do that? I believe it's just IP domain name, right? Yep. And then howtonetwork.com. You know what? Fuck this. Fuck this shit. We're going to do NetworkBruh.com because that website is coming soon. I don't know when, but it's going to come soon. NetworkBruh.com. That is the domain name, right? The modulus is 1024. If you know anything about that, that's like the encryption key, basically. So we say, what is that? I think you got to do, now this is the long one. I can't even remember this one. I remember this one. I used to do this all the time. Crypto key, generate RSA modulus, right? No. You can't even do it. General keys. What the hell? Oh, you don't even, I think you just leave that blank and just do crypto key general. Let me see. RSA general keys. Okay, there you go. I guess it was general keys. I guess it depends on which iOS you're using. Modulus. And then from here, you can pick the modulus size modulus key. So it's like the encryption key, basically. And you can pick the more, the higher it is, the stronger the encryption key is. They asked for 1024, which is somewhere in the first quartile right there, right? 4096 is the strongest. You put 4096, it's going to take a while to create this encryption key because it's got to use the calculations. The CPU got to calculate it, blah, 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 and then create the encryption key. They wanted 1024, so it's not that strong. We'll do 1024 like that. Press enter, and right there, that enables SSH. Right? But notice it says SSH 1.99 has been enabled. We generated the keys right there, RSA keys. Right? So that's correct so far. And then the SSH timeout is 60 seconds. You know anything about SSH, right? We're going to be using not Telnet to Telnet or to remote into this device. We're using SSH to remote into that device right there, right? Now, when we... he over there laughing. Corbina, shout out to you, man. Thanks you for tuning in. But so when we Telnet, when we SSH into this traffic, right? And let's say we SSH to it, right? It prompts us for the password. And we're like, shit, what was the password? It's going to wait for 60 seconds before it times out. That's what the authentication, the timeout is. So they want us, the timeout to be 60 seconds, right? How do we do that? I forgot. So what we got to do is the SS, I think it's SSH. No, it's IP, SSH, timeout. Yes, timeout. I didn't have to question mark through this one. That was good. And then the timeout, he said, is 60 seconds. So we just put 60, or is it 60 minutes? Because I don't know if it's going to be seconds or minutes here. So I'm going to go with just the 60. And hopefully that meant seconds. Let's see. Yes, it was seconds. Good. Good to go. So we was right there. And then the authentication retries. So this just allows how many times for them to authenticate. So we try one time, boom, and it fails. We can't get on, right? We're going to, we try one more time, and it fails, and then it's going to lock us out before we can log back in. Or it's just going to time out after 60 seconds. I can't even remember. But that's how many times we could retry. So IP SSH, is it retry? No, authentication? There you go, authentication retries. And then they said we can only try 2 times, right? And then finally they want us to enable SSH version 2. Well, didn't we enable SSH version 2? No, we enabled, as you can see right there, 1.99, which is just below, you know, it's just like getting that B. You was trying to go for an A, right? So, and we can verify that with do show IP SSH, right? We have the authentication timeout at 60 seconds. The retries is 2, but we have version 1.99. So it's not necessarily version 2. Now, I can't remember. I remember looking this up, so I'm going to go ahead and Google it. So that way, if you guys don't know, unless anybody in here knows, he said, I think I put the timer, you put the timer in VTY 0 through 4. Did I? Well, I guess I'm wrong. Let's see. Let's see what you said there. He said you put the timer in lines in VTY 0 through 4. Let's see. Do show run. Let's just verify that. So yeah, the timers go just in SSH altogether. But when you allowing SSH, so we're allowing SSH on VTYs 5 through 15 and 0 through 4. So those SSH parameters that we created are going to be applied on all those lines. Does that make sense, Joseph? Yeah, I guess I'm a little bit more knowledgeable on this than the class maps and policy maps, because y'all see how my head, and I was fumbling my way through it, putting all those damn question marks. But no, Joseph, you're not wrong. It's just that maybe you were kind of like misled, or you didn't realize that SSH parameters are applied to, where are they at? Those are all the SSH parameters. When you apply SSH, those parameters get applied to where you input it. Does that make sense? Anyways, the final thing was to enable SSH version 2. Why did we, when we created those modulus keys, it did 1.99 right here. Remember, it enabled 1.99. Let's see, because I don't know. Unless that's y'all pop quiz before I Google it. Does anybody know why did it do version 1.99 instead of just defaulting to version 2? Right? Let's do that. SSH version. I'm trying to tab through. Listen to this, man. Look at Google trying to listen to me over here, man. What the hell? Version 1.99 versus 2.0. Anybody know? There's some vulnerabilities there so far. That's what I'm seeing here. 1.99 is merely and this is what you want to do. You want to go to the Cisco community and look for anybody that is shout out to Johnny Nieves. You're usually in the Cisco community forum over there, aren't you, Johnny? I see you a lot over there. And in case you guys are tuning in for the first time, this is the Discord server that we usually talk shit in and do some more stuff. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat in case you guys want to follow along next time. Did I put a plus there behind it? No, I didn't. Good. But there is the Discord server in case you guys want to get on next time. But anyways, why did it say 1.99 instead of 2.0 when we enabled it? Here, is there a difference between the two SSH versions? I thought that 1.99 is the 2.0. I thought so too. Let's see. This guy's a contributor, and he seems pretty reputable, right? So let's look at his answer. That's why you want to be careful when you go through these forms right here. His answer is, and 20 people found it helpful. He says here, 1.99 is merely an indication that the server supports both 2 points. So it's interoperability is what it is. It's not really a version as such, but an indication of backwards compatibility. That's what I got to remember. I remember reading that before. So that's the reason why. So by setting your SSH to version 2, you're disabling version 1.0 backwards compatibility. Not necessarily a bad thing, given that version 1 is well known and has documented security holes. So that is what happened there. So when we enabled SSH, it did 1.99, which allows for backwards compatibility between version 1 and version 2. But we don't want version 1 at all, so we got to enable version 2. And how do we do that? That I remember. IP SSH version 2, right? And then we verify our work with show IP SSH. And now we see we have version 2.0 and not 1.99. So 1.99 is backwards compatibility. That's what that is. I need to remember that. And I guess nobody, unless none of y'all knew that, or y'all just being shy over there in the group chat, I thought somebody would have answered that or knew the answer to that. But guess what? We Googled the shit together, and if y'all just learned that, then we all learned it together. So, and that's what this channel is about. So, what was the next task? Task number 4. We only got 5 tasks, and we're gonna wrap this up. Disable HTTP traffic access or disable HTTP access to the router. Issue the appropriate show commands to check your SSH settings. Well, let's see. I'm doing a show run here, and we'll see that we've got. It doesn't look like we have anything. So I think if it is I think HTTP traffic is enabled by default. Otherwise, it would have been in here. You learn something new every episode. Hey, listen, Joseph, that's what this channel is about, bro. We learn, at least I learned something every day, and you guys are learning along with me. If this was the first time you guys like learned that, because I think I remember seeing that before, but now I'm really gonna remember that 1.99 allows for backwards compatibility between version 1 and version 2. So what they want us to do is and in case you guys want more information on SSH, there is the stream right there. I mean the link for it. It is a Wikipedia. Yes, I know y'all could have easily Googled that shit, but that's just just to spoon feed you guys right there. So it's all good though. All right, so HTTP traffic, right? So when we us as the user over here who is doing the Cabbage Patch is going to SSH to the router, we can do that, right? So we set that up, version 2.0. We could also do HTTP traffic. So in case we want to configure this router using a web browser, right? We could open up a Chrome, like Google Chrome or Internet Explorer, put the IP address of the router in the browser and configure it that way. But that can be, especially HTTP, it could be vulnerabilities. So, and remember, HTTP is not very secure. HTTPS is secure. So that is why we're disabling HTTP here. So we're going to go to router. The way we do that, that's easy enough. Go to global config mode. And it's no IP HTTP, right? Isn't it? HTTP. Let's see. No, it's not. Interesting. What is the command for that? Let's see. IP HTTP. Oh, maybe Packet Tracer does not support it. Or is it just HTTP? Let's see. HTTP. No, I don't think Packet Tracer supports it. That got to be why. That got to be why. Let's see. The book says that is another thing. If this is the first time you guys are following along for the first time, you're going to copy this book. This is the book that we typically lab from, 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You're going to copy this from 101labs.net, or there is a link in the description box below. And it is an affiliate link, so I do get commission if you do click that link. There's also, well, I ain't gonna say all that, but let's see. Let's go to the real router and see what happens if we do that. Try to do that command. If try to disable Telnet, because I think that's how you do it. Go to global config mode. No IP HTTP. That is definitely how you do it. See there? No IP HTTP server, and that is how you disable HTTP traffic to this router. And I guess that let's check the book too. So there's a solution guide after every, which I knew this anyway, but there is a solution guide after every lab in case you don't know the answer, or if you can't remember, or if you get stuck like on the policy class map lab like I did prior to this lab, then there's a solution guide, right? So the solution guide says the command that we needed was in task 4, yes, no HTTP server. So I was correct in that. It's just that Packet Tracer is a limited. It is a simulator. It is not an emulator, so it doesn't have every command in this whatchamacallit, in this application. So let's see here. I did no HTTP traffic. I mean, no HTTP server. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And let's see, can we, I just want to see, can I, what is his IP address? Can I HTTP to this router? No, I can't. I can't. I can probably HTTP to my terminal server. Let's do that. Let's do that real quick. I just want to test something out real quick. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to not waste your time, but we'll do that after the stream. Y'all know sometimes I like to stay after class or whatever. First time I'm seeing this SSH number. Do you have to type in the port number? No, you do not, Kawabena. Good question, though. Port 80 instead. Let's see. Let's see. Good question. Good question. Good question. What you're saying? How would you do that, bum-ass Packet Tracer? Listen, man. Packet Tracer, again, it gives you just enough to pass the CCNA exam. So you probably don't really need that command on this application. And can you imagine if they had all these commands that are supported on Packet Tracer? Packet Tracer would be a pretty resource-heavy application. You know, you double-click the icon to launch it, and it's going to take you like 5 minutes to launch, like GNS3 or whatever. So they make it lightweight by, you know, omitting several commands, hundreds of commands. So you're saying the port number. No IP. Let's see. Let's see. You said HTTP. Should be port number. Nope. Because the command, like we did on a real router, was no IP HTTP server. Let's see. Can you do just no IP HTTP port number, like you said? No IP HTTP. No, not server. But no IP. Yeah, it would have just been that. There's no port number there. Nah. Just like he said, Packet Tracer is a bum-ass application. This is why I always, you know, try to convince you guys to use real hardware or GNS3 or even G, whatever floats your boat, or CML modeling labs, whatever you want to use. But anyways, that command is not supported. Let's go and skip that part right there. Task 5, which is the final task, connect to the router using a PC with SSH. So we need to finally get this router right here and SSH to that guy. His IP address, we did not set it up. Let's use the command line to do that. No, we can't. We can't. You actually got to configure it because there's no DHCP server. So let's give him the static IP address of 10.1.1.2. Subnet mask of, no, that's not a gateway. What am I doing here? We'll make the gateway that one. And the fast Ethernet interface is 10.1.1. Subnet mask, he said it's already using that network. My bad. Oh, see, good thing that Packet Tracer does that. It's .2 rather. 255.255.255.2.0. And I would have been wondering why the shit won't SSH. So now we go to desktop. Try to SSH to the computer and pray to the network gods. -L. This is how you SSH to a device. The command. What was our username? Was it NetworkBruh? Was it NetworkBruh 1? I can't remember. NetworkBruh 1. And our password was shit. I can't even remember. Let's go back to the router and see what it was. Oh, see, notice how I had a duplicate address there. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, because we tried to give him that address that he already had. So, anyway, what was the username? The username was NetworkBruh. Password was Samson1. I forgot. Come on, Samson, why you ain't tell me that was your password, bro? We'll go back over here, and it was, we got to put the IP address, 10.1.1.1. We're getting prompted for the password, which was capital SAMSON. Pray to the network gods. Press a 1, press enter. And we're wrong there. And notice, remember how many retries we had, right? So I put the wrong password there. It was NetworkBruh 1, wasn't it? Let's see. What was the password? I mean, what was the username? Oh, it's a capital N, capital B there. So that might be it there. That might be the problem. Let's try that. Let's try that. Is it case sensitive username? I don't know. I don't know. But we're getting prompted for the password. I'm putting the wrong thing. So capital SAMSON 1. Notice it's closed. So that is what the authentication retry did there. We tried twice and it closed the connection. So I believe it is username case sensitive. Samson, I hope your damn I hope that's not your password. I'm over here blasting your password, everybody over there. He said Samsung one. No, it was actually Samson, our guy over there, our buddy over there. It was SAMSON. So let's do this. Let's go back on here and try capital. I think it's case sensitive. So bruh one, capital N, like that, and try to get on that way. And it is S, capital S, lowercase AMSON 1. Nope, that was not it. Interesting. Interesting. We got some troubleshooting here. Pray to the network gods here. All right, so let's see. Let's go back to the router and let's do some troubleshooting. We said it was NetworkBruh 1 is the username. Password is SAMSON 1. Let's copy that. Copy. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's check our work with this right here. Login. That's correct. Transfer, they put SSH. All of them. We got to put in login local. That's what it is. So, no, is it? Yes. That is the reason why. So this is the reason. This is the problem here, y'all. I think this is the problem here. Basically, we're getting prompted for the username and password. That's correct. That is correct. And it is applied to all the VTY lines, right? And it is SSH. However, he don't know where to look for that username and password. So we got to put in not just login. Login lets us know there's prompts for the password, but we got to put in login local to check the local database for the username and password. So that's what we got to do. I believe that is the problem here. So we got to go to global config mode, and we say line VTY 0 through 15. Type in login, right? And we type in login, right? Notice it right there says local password checking. So that, I believe, is the problem. Local, right? Press enter. Now let's go back to the PC and try to SSH to the router, right? Again, Samson, I hope that's not your real password, man. But, and you said exactly. Is that what you're saying? We just didn't put in the login local there. So we push the up button, NetworkBruh 1, that is the IP address. And now we put in the password, capital SAMSON1, press enter. Boom, and now we're into the router. Notice that. And then we go to enable mode. There's no password, so we can't create, we can't get into enable mode because we didn't create an enable password, which is kind of off topic. And I am about an hour and a half into this stream here. We did 2 labs today. I want to try to knock out 2 labs all the time so that way we can get through this damn book and get to the CCNP topics. Look at me asking for CCNP topics. I can barely get through the class maps and policy maps over there, right? Next time you guys want to follow along, get you a copy of this book from 101labs.net. Orders the link in the description box below. Experts agree that we retain only 10% of what we read and 90% of what we do. And I'm a hands-on learner, and that's why I like this book like that. From now, I'm going to remember, if you want to name an ACL, you got to put the IP keyword in front of access list, and then you work on the access list. Right? Put the number, etc., permit, deny, blah, 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 blah. If I want to create a service policy, we got to create the ACL. This is just as a recap, y'all. And I'm recapping aloud with y'all. Create the ACL, and then create the class map to match the traffic. Then you got to create the policy map. Map that policy to the class map, and then you create the service policy. Apply that to the interface. Cisco Ladder, if you're still on stream, you let me know if I did that correctly. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Y'all run me with that like button if y'all like what y'all see, and I hope you guys labbed along with me. Don't just watch. I used to do that. Just, play CBT nuggets in the background. You're not going to learn this shit that way, man. Just letting this shit play, man. You actually got to get your hands dirty and try to remember this shit this way, man. But looks like we was able to SSH to the router and stuff like that, so we're good to go there. For now, leave a comment down below if you like what you want to see. Let me plug the Discord server in case you guys want to, ask more questions or talk more shit in the Discord server. Do you find Paul's book relatively comparable with Packet Tracer in terms of commands being there? Paul's book. Oh, this book right here. Most of it. Because those policy maps and service policy and all that shit, that I don't think that would have been in. I don't think that's in Packet Tracer. Matter of fact, we'll do right now. We'll check right now. Right? We had to create a. We'll go on the router here, right? Go to global config mode. Let's see. Can we create a class map? Yes, you can create a class map. Awesome. Yes. So you can create a class map. Can we create a service policy or a policy map? Yes, you can create a policy map. So we would have been good there. But then the service policy. No, you got to go to your interface and do that, right? Interface. GI000. Service policy. Yes. So it would have worked. I would have been able to do this on Packet Tracer. I didn't think it was going to work. So yes, you can do work with policy maps and class maps and stuff like that. I definitely need more practice with that. There's no substitute for actual hands-on. Exactly. So, yeah, man. Like I said, if you guys are tuning into this stream like stuff like that, you know, while I'm fumbling, you guys can teach me, and I'll teach you the stuff that I know and stuff like that. This is a learning environment, so there's no such thing as a dumb question. There's a lot of smart people, obviously, in the chat room over there. We got my man Cisco Ladder, who knows damn near everything over there. And in case I'm not paying attention, you know, like I said, these guys can answer your question like that. But anyways, from now, like, comment, subscribe to the network.